Hi everybody, Chris Anderson back with you. Chris Anderson at Chris Anderson's Firearms Training, Palm Coast, Florida. All right, so wanted to answer a series of questions. So the first question I'm going to touch on is, what pistol do I carry and why? All right, so this is it. So the chamber is clear, no magazine, so I know that we are safe. Actually, I put all of my live ammo in the other room here. So this is a Springfield Armory M1911A1 mil-spec GI model. It is made of stainless steel, and it is an extremely reliable pistol. I bought this used at a gun store in Austin, Texas, about 3 years ago. When I first bought it, it had a problem with the extractor, and it was doing what's called stovepiping, and that's where it's not fully kicking out the round and it kind of sticks up here in the ejection port. Messed around with it, tried bending the extractor a little bit, and ended up sending it back to Springfield, where they replaced the extractor, polished the feed ramp, and sent it back to me in pretty good time. And this is what I carry every day. So this is an extremely large and heavy pistol, not one I would recommend for somebody who is just new to concealed carry or wanting something. It is chambered in .45 caliber APC or .45 auto, which is the same thing, just worded differently. It does have a side safety. It also has a grip safety. Two of the reasons I like this particular model of pistol, of gun. I have a lot of experience with one of these from my time in the service. I was an M60 gunner for a long time, and when I was in, they issued the machine gunners 45s. And that's where I learned to shoot one of these. The one I had in the service shot low and to the left, so I had to give it some Kentucky windage and some John Wayne elevation to get it to actually hit center mass. Now, some of the drawbacks to a full-size M1911. This is a big, heavy gun. I actually use, a Cloak Tuck 3 inside the waistband holster, which is a pretty durable holster, and I have a reinforced belt that cost me $80 that I use to actually be able to carry this thing and keep my pants up. Some of the other limitations, I use 8-round magazines. Standard magazine is 7 rounds, so with 8 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, that gives me 9 rounds to start off with. It's also .45 ACP, so that is a big, heavy round. So ammunition is kind of limited on what you can carry compared to many 9mm double stacks, things along that line. I like it though because it has the mass that I'm used to and the weight that I'm used to. So with this being all steel framed and compared to one the same size that's polymer framed on the bottom, and I fired several of them, a model from Glock, a couple other models, and they're all good guns. I just find this one easier for me to get back on target because the gun itself has more mass, thus less felt recoil for me. That's one of the reasons why I stick with it. Now, one of the drawbacks with this particular model, now I know Springfield makes other models with better sights, but this has the military sights, which are relatively small compared to most of the firearms out there today. And that has, caused me some problems, especially when I try and shoot steel match challenges. I want to get into some IDPA stuff, and I might actually buy a different model in 1911 that has better sights for that. But for my everyday carry gun, this works well for me. So I use Wilson Combat magazines. These are 8-round magazines. A little expensive, but I think they're worth it. I've been using, I have 5. I kind of rotate out which ones I carry. Or I have 6. I rotate out which ones I carry. But I haven't had any failures from these. They work well. Now, I used to not be a fan of the little butt plate here. I used to just carry the ones without the butt plate. That's because I was kind of stuck from the Army mode, and oh, that looks stupid. Well, it helps, trust me. When you're trying to load in a magazine quickly, if I can find the hole, and you slap that up in there, what you're trying to do is slap that magazine. Well, when you do this, this being a GI model has a lanyard loop And that way you can clip it on, have a lanyard to your belt or to your gear, so if you drop your pistol, it stays with you. It just gets kind of drugged for a little while. But when these are flat, you slap that up there, you're actually hitting your hand on that loop and on this front edge. And after a while, especially if you're in a hurry and trying to do a match, it kind of hurts. So when you have one with the butt plate, the end plate on there, it's nice, smooth, easier, and it's less wear and tear on my hand. So that's why I've kind of switched to using these, and I like it. This one isn't too big. Some of them they're really huge and they wrap around. I don't particularly like those. I like this one. So this is the gun I carry. I find it to be extremely reliable. Every type of ammunition I've fed through it works. It's whether it be steel cased, aluminum cased, various types of self-defense ammunition. It just keeps shooting. One thing I do, M1911s, this particular one likes to be oiled. I use rim oil, the little tubes, and I keep the rail here oiled. I keep the bushing right here around the barrel, the other rail, and I keep those oiled, keep them, lubricated, make sure no crud gets in them. So when I carry this, I carry it in what's called condition 1, which is what it's in now. So it's chambered. I have a round in the chamber, the hammer is back, and the safety is on. Okay, so one thing, if you decide to carry an M1911 or actually any model that has a side safety, whether it's a single-sided or ambidextrous or has safety on both sides, you need to practice, if you're going to carry this, practice drawing it and taking off the safety. Because I have seen many people, and I have done it myself, at a competition, pull up, draw their pistol, come up on target, not take the safety off and go, oh, and then take the safety off. Now, in competition, all that does is cost you time. In a situation where I might have to use this to defend my life, it may cost me that. So if you're going to carry an M1911 or any model that has a side safety, you need to practice drawing and taking your safety off. Excuse me. So the way I practice is as I draw and I pull up to my chest and extend out is when I use my left thumb to click the safety off. Okay? So I draw from my holster, I come up to my chest, get my grip, and as I extend out is when my left thumb pushes my safety off. Now, I shoot with crossed thumbs. I know a lot of people shoot thumbs forward. I don't particularly like it. It doesn't feel comfortable for me and it doesn't work well for me. So I shoot crossed thumbs, so that allows me to use this thumb to take that safety off. So again, if you're going to carry any pistol that has a side safety, make sure you practice drawing to take and taking the safety off. Again, keeping your finger where? Not on the trigger until you're actually made a conscious decision to shoot. And that's about it. I can take this gun completely apart, all the way down to the bare bones, pull it apart, clean it, put it back together. I don't do that very often. It just doesn't need it. It is stainless steel, so it actually cleans up pretty fast, pretty easy. It is all scratched up, but it's, like I say, my everyday carry piece. And it gets some wear and tear, and it gets shot a lot. I don't buy guns to collect them personally. I buy it, I shoot it. If it's one I don't shoot a lot, I'll sell it and buy something I will shoot. So drawbacks: heavy, extremely heavy, large, hard to conceal, especially if you're a smaller frame person. Let's see, limited ammo capacity, okay? Although a lot of subcompacts are running around 6 rounds nowadays, 6 to 7 rounds. So this gives me, with the Wilson Combat 8-round magazines, 8 plus 1 to start off with, so 9 rounds, and then I carry 2 extra magazines with 8 rounds each. Small sights on this one, so unless you practice a lot with it, it's really difficult to get on target. And it has a side safety, which some consider a drawback, because if they're not used to working a side safety, it takes practice. Now I find when I fire pistols that don't have a side safety, my thumb keeps trying to find it because I'm so used to this thing. One of the other things I like is this has a very slim profile. Okay, So it fits my hand well. I got short, fat fingers. So this fits my hand well, and I can get a good grip. Okay. So, advantages, I like the weight. I feel the weight helps me handle the recoil, get back on target faster. Also, if I ever need to beat somebody to death, I can with this gun. It's all steel. It works for me. I don't have to worry about my dog chewing it up. Maybe the grip handles, but they're easy to replace. It is not dishwasher safe, so please don't throw this in your dishwasher. And that is about it. It is a little bit more difficult to take apart than, let's say, a Glock or some of the other newer models that have takedown levers and things like that. You actually have to pull this completely apart. And that's something I'm used to doing, so it really doesn't bother me. So, and that's about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm not knocking any other gun out there. I just happen to like this particular gun. I'm not going to get into the debate of what's better, a 45 round or a 9mm round. I think the best round is the one you can get on target, because it doesn't matter what you shoot if you can't hit the target, you're just wasting your time. So, and I can get this on target. And that would be all for this particular gun. Again, if you have questions or comments, please go on my Facebook page or the website, leave them, ask questions, and let me know what you think. All right, thank you much. Have a great day.